Hello and welcome into another edition of Cooling Down on the Birds Broadcast Network. I'm your host, Sammy Miller, alongside your broadcasters, Ian Nicholas and Dylan Pescatore. And tonight, it's not all smiles here at Eldridge Park. It was a hard one. They lost 15-5 against the Harbor Hawks. Dylan, what did you see from those starters tonight? The pitching, Sam Leboki, and a few of the other ones as well.
Yeah, it was a big night for two debuts for the Firebirds, including Colton Sunloff and Curran Jacobs. Now, for almost every Firebirds pitcher, their debut has not been too good. It's really difficult. It's your first time, most of the time, here in the Cape Cod Baseball League. Your first time throwing in a while, too, because their college season ended about 2 months ago. So not the greatest day for Jacobs, but I think Sunloff was really good. He kept the ball at the bottom of the zone, got a few strikeouts with the sweeping slider, and I think he could really, him and Jacobs, could both really kind of find their way in this bullpen for Orleans.
And in the 8th inning, things got a little interesting. We saw two guys on the bump that I really didn't think we were going to be seeing all summer long. That's Colin Tuft and Brandon Stallman. I talked to Brandon after. He said he hasn't pitched since high school. What did you see from those two arms tonight, Dylan?
Well, I mean, Sammy, you didn't expect them to pitch. I don't think they expected to pitch as well. Tuft and Stallman came in. They were throwing mid-80s. They were doing their job. It was just one of those nights where things didn't break their way and you can laugh about it. I think that's what's important. It wasn't a crushing loss, a walk-off loss. You laugh about it and you move to tomorrow because tomorrow is a big day. 2 games against a division opponent in Chatham in a doubleheader.
And another reason why the Firebirds struggled tonight is that they weren't really capitalizing on those opportunities. Ian, what did you see from that part of it?
I just saw guys who were swinging a little bit too early in counts, probably not drawing out at bats, and ultimately leaving a few too many guys stranded in scoring position. I mean, 2 runs you score in the top of the first, bottom of the first rather, my brain's fried after a game like that. You took a 2-0 lead, but it could have been so much more because you left the bases loaded to end the inning. And ultimately, I think that kind of set the tone. Hyannis woke up after that, scored 6 runs in the second. You know, the final score right then wouldn't really indicate the game was over. The game was kind of over from a competitive standpoint after that. So overall, Orleans has done such a better job as of late driving in guys and making sure not to leave too many on base. Tonight kind of took a step back in that regard.
The Firebirds did make a run, though, in the 9th inning. Sorry, guys. They did make a run in the 9th inning, though. They had 3 runs. What did you like from the fight from the Firebirds?
Well, I like the fact that Owen Carpellotti had his first home run of the year. That was pretty sick. You know, he's a great guy. We've been rooting for him all summer long. He's one of the best personalities on this team. He had 2 hits tonight. He continues to stay hot. And overall, just, you know, guys didn't quit. They care about this team. These guys weren't mailing it in. Those were good at bats at the end against a good pitcher, an all-star, and Ethan Lanthier and Matt Hallback and Joe Oyama. They were putting up a good fight and really giving it their best till the end. In a game like this where they were probably, you know, tuned out, they tuned it in for a few seconds and fought really hard. So ultimately really good to see that those guys care so much about the team.
And the beauty about this league is that they can wake up and tomorrow is a double header. So they have 2 different opportunities to get it done. But we will see you back here at Eldridge Park tomorrow.